Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Leena Kashyap. I have now retired, but I was the former Deputy Director and Emeritus Professor at the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Today, I am going to talk about social work and family studies in the course on fields of practice in social work. What I'm going to do in this subsection, I'm going to talk about family studies as an interdisciplinary discipline. Then I'm going to talk about social work with families, how what were its components, and when social work has expanded into social work practice with family studies, what does it entail? So these are the three things I'm going to talk about in this subsection. Now, as I'm sure you are all aware, family has been a theme of interest to many social science disciplines. Whether you talk about sociology, economics, political science, psychology, anthropology, uh, and many other social sciences. But what each discipline has its own perspectives, body of knowledge, and skills related to the understanding of families. And a very interesting event happened in the 1920s. An interdisciplinary group of pioneer scholars which from very many different disciplines, from sociology, psychology, social work, anthropology, economics, they got together and they sat together and discussed what they perceived as the study of families, and what they realized that examining families from their own disciplinary perspectives was limiting. But if multiple perspectives were added to an understanding of families, it would definitely contribute to a much more enhanced understanding of families and family relations. And this enhanced understanding of families would in turn advance the quality of family life and society. So this conclusion and this discussion held by pioneer scholars led to the birth of the discipline of family studies, which is also called family science in the USA. Now, what is family studies? It's actually a very interesting, complicated conglomerate of many social science disciplines which are contributing as well as drawing from this discipline for an enhanced examination of families. Any of these disciplines, when they wish to have multi-perspective on the family, they would use family studies as a lens through which to look at families. So, because in family studies, or family studies focuses on a multidisciplinary examination of their families, their characteristics, their behaviors, their roles in society, the challenges that families are facing, and how to help them to meet these challenges and improve their quality of life. So the primary goal of this discipline is the discovery, verification, and application of knowledge about family functioning and the use of practical skills to enhance the lives of individuals and families. What are the core elements of this discipline of family studies? First of all, it is one discipline that has a very specific focus on families and family relationships, and believes that in the centrality of families and the dynamics of family relationships. They also believe that family strengths as opposed to family pathology or abnormality or deviance is more important. They believe in family strengths. And so the focus is on strengthening healthy interpersonal relationships within all types of families during all stages of life. That is not to say that do not look at problems at all, but don't focus only on the problems, because when you focus on the problems, you're only looking at one side of the issue. But when you focus on, when you kind of acknowledge the problems, but you focus on the strengths, then you are building on something far more positive. So this is a very inclusive, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary approach to the study of families. So this approach integrates and synthesizes research on families from a variety of traditional liberal arts disciplines like sociology, psychology, economics, etc. Now, a research-based as well as an application-based discipline. Most of these, liberal arts disciplines are more research-based. But family studies is not just a research base. It has a sound research base, but it also has a sound application based, because it has a strong thrust towards intervention as well as prevention of problems from occurring, and prevention through using education and strengths based approach. Now, as this discipline of family studies evolved, it has really contributed to a lot of the disciplines. And today, family studies is a globally recognized multi and interdisciplinary field of research and practice in applied related disciplines, in applied issues related to relationships, family relationships. Now, so the whole idea here is research, policy, practice nexus between these three, and whichever discipline uses this this perspective does get this research, policy and practice nexus, and because of this it supports the families much more effectively. What it has done, it has thrown a spotlight on the impact of family context on and relationships on outcomes. What it has said is that healthcare or child development or education is impacted by the families. So it's not only the care that it's not only the services that are given by that help the person and the individual, but the way the services are received by the family, the relationship among the family members will help, say, a sick person to get better much faster than what medicine can do for that person. What I mean to say is that, so in all these areas, whether it's healthcare, child development, education, law, family relationships and support services, business and industrial relations, are all impacted by family relationships. In fact, even in labor, even in industries, if when the personnel officer wants to bring down, for instance, alcoholism among its employees, what it does do is also contact the families and ensure that families also play a role in helping that person overcome this alcoholism. So because this realization between the interrelationship has been understood and recognized. And more professionals have realized that families play a key role in the achievement and maintenance of the individual's well-being and understanding the potentials and problems inherent in modern family life. Individual pathology also has very much to do with family relationships, not only whatever is within that individual. And so this has also created new interest in therapeutic interventions with families. You know, family therapy and individual psychotherapy has also been affected by the fact that families play a role in whatever is happening to that individual. Now, family, over time, a lot of professions and a lot of professionals have realized that family studies knowledge is relevant to them. For instance, family counselors, academicians, researchers, policy makers, professionals from the fields of social work, psychology, psychiatry, family medicine, all believe that family studies would definitely enhance their understanding of families and family relationships. Also, it is relevant in a variety of settings: institutions for higher education, government, non-government, and even the corporate sector, like I explained. Family studies provides human service professionals with comprehensive multidisciplinary knowledge and skills to undertake research, policy development, and service delivery in the form of evidence-based, family-centered practice directed towards strengthening families and communities. Now, the well-being of families is today, even governments have realized that it is important to look into the well-being of families, because it is today a global concern, because this is the we say that families are the smallest unit, democratic unit, and so when as far as human rights are concerned, families are an important uh, dimension and an important place where human rights issues also develop. Now, supporting families in their diversity is a need and priority of most countries. And there's also a growing recognition that working with families is becoming more complex and requires a skilled and very highly educated human service force. Earlier, it used to be thought that if there is a family problem, it should be within the family, and family members with themselves will resolve these problems. But today, because of the complexity faced by families, it is no longer something that can be resolved among themselves and by lay people. It does require educated and a skilled human professional. Now, this field also needs a combined efforts of family counselors, academicians, researchers, policy makers, professionals from different fields of social work, psychology, psychiatry, family medicine, and families themselves. In fact, families are themselves a very important part of the entire partnership process when working with them. Now, professions contribute across a range of professional roles, as I said, in academic institutions, in corporate, non-corporate organizations, for enhancing the well-being of families. Now, what were we doing as social workers? We were, of course, working with families, and we've always, right from the inception of social work, the profession of social work, we've always worked with families. However, historically, most of these approaches to social work with families have focused on individual pathology and problem solving. In the 1920s, what happened was that there was a greater interest in psychology and psychiatry. And because of this new interest in these two disciplines, there was a shift from the individual as an object of study. There was a shift to treatment of only the individual and study of the individual as the thing, not the whole family. The 1930s, in fact, saw analytical concepts entering the different entering social work, and that influenced what the method of casework. Problem solving changed and the problem as far as casework was understood. The social worker, it involved changing the individual's behavior, which was unacceptable to others, rather than looking at what the family contributed to that problem. The family focus was on actually quite lost. However, by the 1950s, we saw a return of interest in the family as a unit of attention. The client was no longer the individual with the symptom, but only the symptom bearer of a family problem. So there were certain historical developments that happened which gave more impetus to family centeredness. Some of these were that more and more professionals started criticizing the medical approach to rehabilitation and treatment. Also, there was a move towards deinstitutionalization, because whenever there was a problem, children or adults, especially the mentally ill or mentally retarded, used to be institutionalized. There was a movement towards deinstitutionalization. There was also a parental advocacy for change. Many parent groups rose to and demanded change in the system. Also, societal changes that questioned the place of professionals as the only experts. Now, this was also part of the self-help movements that came when parents felt that they also had much to say, and they also had a lot of knowledge about what was happening with them and their family members, especially the children in the family. And so they questioned this entire expert approach that the professionals had maintained as their role. And as I said, the growth of the self-help movements gave impetus to it. And so they felt that they could do things themselves. Why do they need professionals? And they are equal experts as far as their families and their family members are concerned. Also, a body of knowledge grew which talked about the social and family systems theories. And that also gave a focus on family as an important part of the individual's ecology. The acceptance of the concept of family empowerment by many different disciplines and the application of family centeredness in their whole approach to families. The active support that the movement towards the creation of more family-centered delivery systems and family-centered practice, this movement was supported by professionals, policymakers, and the families themselves, who felt that it was important that the focus was on the family as a unit of attention. So what happened was that in the family-centered approach, it's not the individual who is the focus of attention, but it's the family who becomes the focus of attention. The family as a unit. Okay, the belief here was that every family system has its own strengths and competencies, and therefore intervention must be individualized, flexible, and responsive to family identified needs, and focused on strengthening and supporting family functioning. So also in family centered approach, the whole belief was that families should be the ultimate decision makers, and that professionals should be only providing the right adequate information to them. So the professionals should be sharing complete and unbiased information in supportive ways, so that the family can make informed decisions, but the ultimate decision should be the families. Now, family professionals viewed families as equal partners, where both shared equal responsibility and worked collaboratively. See, professionals knew they had a body of knowledge and skills, but families also had their own expertise as far as the members of the family was concerned, and their own needs, which nobody else could tell them. So, what also was realized by professionals is that family-centered approach can be used in a range of practice settings and social problem areas, and with any size client system. It could be used with very large joint families or even extended families, or it could be used by small nuclear families, single parent families, female headed families, or small size families. And it can be a vehicle for developmental, preventive and rehabilitation services. Now, so with given this whole body of knowledge about family-centered approaches, social workers incorporated the family-centered service delivery philosophies in their practice. They also realized that family studies as a discipline and social work had many similarities. Both have a similar value base, both emphasize the competence and potential of families, and espouse a strong belief in family strengths as opposed to pathology, anomaly, or deviance. So, family social work educators and practitioners realized that they can use the comprehensive multidisciplinary knowledge provided by family studies to undertake research, policy development and service delivery in the form of evidence-based family-centered practice directed towards strengthening families and communities. Now, what did social work take from family studies? It adopted all the three core elements of family studies, and that these core elements really enriched and broad-based the social work practice in the field of social work in family studies. What they did was, the first core element was a focus on respect and integrity and strengths of families and their members, and the belief that families can find solutions to their problems through relationships with engaged and committed practitioners. It also, the second core element that they took on from family studies is the focus on prevention. And family life education programs are a part of the kind of prevention that social workers took on. And the third core element that they took on from family studies was the fact that if they coordinated and partnered with other professionals and service providers in the care system, then they would be providing far more efficient and effective services to the families who are their clients. So, to summarize, social work, when it has taken on from family-centered approaches as well as from family studies, what it has done to social work, it has broad-based their practice. It has made it more inclusive. And now what social work practice and family studies offers is far more an individualized, flexible and responsive practice which is focused on the needs that are identified with the families, and it is also focused on strengthening and supporting family functioning and family decision making. What social workers are also practicing is a very active collaboration between the family and the social worker and the family unit and with the other professionals and the other service providers for whom the family is also their client. So, in a way, social work in family studies is a very challenging field of social work, and it is aimed at strengthening family functioning, and it is aimed at well-being of families to live the quality of life that they would want to live. Now, friends, again, I have given a lot of, I have given some very interesting references for you to read. And family studies is a very interesting area of study, and you need to look at some of read some of the references I have given you. So I hope you will take time off and look at those. Thank you.